pangolin, a bat, and Kanye West walk into a bar.
The pangolin and the bat say, "Vote Kanye."
And Kanye goes, "You must be batshit crazy."
The bliss of the abyss.
Once upon a time in a land far away, a poor farmer and his wife lived all alone. They were very lonesome.
Of the Abyss.
With Robert Newmark Jones. Now let's begin the show. Ready?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, cool. Hello and welcome to The Bliss of the Abyss, featuring your host, the only Robert Newmark Jones, Ruskin, Denmark. With me this week, an exclusive co-host, Stevie the cat.
Meow.
Stevie, come back. Caitlin, do you mind co-hosting? It looks like Stevie's busy.
I'm kind of busy right now.
Okay. No, that's cool, yeah. I'll co-host with myself. Just out of curiosity, what are you busy doing?
Well, I'm busy co-hosting.
A different show or this one?
It's called The Bliss of the Abyss. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Yeah, heard of it. A lot of 5-star reviews.
Tabota?
It's
like Tabata.
TBOTA.
You can have like a workout regimen.
Ooh, my own line of merchandise with TBOTA.
Yeah, like when they work out, you have to laugh. And if you don't laugh, you get punched in the stomach and then have like 10 more reps.
Whoa. So,
isn't that what Tabata's like?
Yeah. You know Sean T?
Yeah.
Insanity guy. He pronounced it Tabata. Tabata fitness. It's
You're
just
right.
doing burpees for like 20 minutes, isn't it?
Seahorses rule.
Seahorses rule. So anyway, welcome back.
Hello.
Returning co-host. Very exciting.
I travelled a really long way to get here.
You did. You were out there. Now I want to talk a bit about the outside world because it's law as of today, or maybe it was yesterday. No, I think it was today. That all shoppers must wear face masks. Face masks.
How many times can you say that and say it 10
all
times
shoppers
fast?
must face mask. Yeah.
No, you did pretty okay.
I think I got up to 8.
There's no R in this, so maybe I can do it.
Horror.
Face mask. Okay, no.
Come on, you can do better than that.
Well, see, your eyes went a little weird when you were doing it.
A little
you
weird.
You went right into the abyss there.
And I found some bliss. See that? That's going to be on the t-shirt too. Anyway, so out there is now, as I said, law. You have to wear a face mask at various places, including shops, which is relevant to our experience today.
Yeah.
Because those are the only things we really went inside to. And I noticed a new phenomenon.
Oh.
And it's called, I'm going to call it like mask chicken. Yes. So you go in some shops, kind of no one's got a mask on, and you're kind of looking around, and you're like, okay, that's how we're doing in here.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, okay, I see what the vibe is. You guys are just, we
it's an anti-vax vibe.
Yeah, you know? They're like, look, we begin each day and end each day with a French kiss.
And so we lick some doorknobs.
We are fine. But then there's another category, right? Which is the basically maskless shop, but they've got the one person with the mask under the chin.
Yeah, the chin strap.
It's kind of like threatening to at any point be like, oi, masks. There's a penguin, isn't there? That's like the chin strap penguin.
Yeah.
Have you seen that guy?
No.
Google that guy. This will bring you some Google joy. Like all penguins, they can get quite nice and big. I do appreciate the size a penguin can become. I guess they never get to like sea lion size. This big old sexy blubber.
Oh, it has like a little goatee. That's hilarious. Okay, that's much better than my my Victorian man that doesn't exist. Anyway, yeah, so we were talking about masks being wrapped underneath or like right under the nose. What's this thing called?
The philtrum, the thing that goes from the bottom of the nose to the tip of the lips.
Yeah, because people like to put the masks there.
Yeah. Are you a philtrumite?
I saw this funny tweet that someone shared in the States because all of my New York friends, like, it's still very heavily COVID-themed stuff that they're sharing.
Right.
And there was a tweet where a mom says, I pay my kids 50 cents every time they point out someone without a mask and say loudly, "Mom, why isn't that person wearing a mask?" And they get really rich from it. But
wow.
Also,
Turn little snitches.
yeah.
But good. No, snitches are on the side of good. Calling out people. Well, it depends. Have the kids been taught the proper rules?
I think it's just to call out people because in the States, people are not wearing masks.
There's a whole movement. Go maskless.
Well, they're also anti-vax, and some of them are treating it like it's their right not to wear a mask. And Americans get really caught up in rights. I mean, we should get caught up in rights, but they get caught up in like the rights where you're like, calm down. Yeah. Like the right to, bear arms and stuff.
That's a big one.
But then they overlook, the right to have an abortion and the right to exist as a human. So. And
they also know like amendments. You guys know a lot of amendments.
Please don't ask me them.
Welcome to How Many Amendments Do You Know? No. Featuring Caitlin Bakery. Okay, welcome to the show. Hello, Caitlin. What's your name? How old are you?
Caitlin Bakery, and I am years old.
Okay, we're having a little bit of interference, don't worry. And what do you do in your spare time, Caitlin?
I count Roman numerals.
Up to?
X. You're just 10.
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Kaylee. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
This is the bliss of the abyss. Yes. So that's the situation of the masked out there. It's much less politicised here in London, which is good, because I feel like it's already stressful enough just having to wear masks in stores just now, otherwise you get fined.
Yeah.
That's not an enjoyable fact of life, but, this is COVID. And speaking of COVID, because we want to drop some hot knowledge on the podcast today, the United States Treasury released a new quarter, wasn't it?
It's a quarter.
With a bat.
2
bats. The beast with 2 backs. Hanging upside down, winking at you. On their money. Yep. On official currency.
Yeah, I think it got approved either January or February, but COVID was known about at that point.
Right, the first case is like November.
Yeah, and my dad made a good point when I brought it up to him, and he was just like, what does the bat have to do with America? Like the fruit bat. Yeah, sure, America has North America has fruit bats and stuff, but like, wouldn't you put like an eagle or something along those lines?
Yeah, but like the eagle, it's been done, right? We've seen the eagle soaring high. We get it, right?
Now we need some fruit bats, some sweet, sweet fruit bats. I cannot believe it. It's so true.
What's the thinking behind it? Who is the deep state responsible for this? What's the significance?
I don't know, but of course, conspiracy theorists are
having right for it.
Field day. I mean, you can't not help but connect it because obviously, governments know what's going on in other governments.
Caitlin, you go in deep. You go in deep. I might have to get the packs.
No, we've just skimmed the surface, bruv.
Oh, shit. Why? What's the truth beneath?
Well, I don't know, but how did COVID start? Was it a pangolin and a bat?
Now, I'm not an expert, just an enthusiast. But as I understand it, COVID started when Kanye West first tweeted that he would run for president.
Well, when did he do that?
A long time ago. We could look it up. We could fact check it.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right, actually.
A long time ago. And that was actually, because as we all know, it transmits over 5G. Everyone knows that. So that was actually the birth of it. It started like a virus. And then it spread. And again, not an expert. Just an enthusiast.
I see, yeah.
And so, wet market, bat milkshake, soup. You know the rest. I don't need to spell it all out. That's how it started. So may as well put it on a coin.
A pangolin, a bat, and Kanye West walk into a bar.
Yeah. The pangolin and the bat say, "Vote Kanye."
And Kanye goes, "You must be batshit crazy." I don't know how I was trying to get it onto the money, but...
I mean, talking about Free Britney, the Free Kanye thing is a stark
Yeah.
Stark difference, right? So everyone knows he's off his meds, and he tweets this crazy stuff about, I've been trying to divorce Kim for years, and what did he call, like, Chris Jong-un?
Yeah.
It's just quite funny, and then deleting it all.
Well, yeah, because obviously it's like he has bipolar disorder, and
right,
and Kim Kardashian West released a statement. Now, she's like a smart lady, right? I mean,
well, she's trying to become a lawyer, but how's that going? I haven't heard. We
haven't heard about that, but she did. She released some Instagram statement because that's what celebrities do nowadays, and it was talking about like stigmas with mental health and how we don't have, not that there's not enough support, because obviously he has a platform where he can go and do things, but it was more along the lines of something that resonated a lot with me is with mental illness and mental health and addiction and all these different things. Now, Kanye is not associated with addiction, but all of these cases for the most part, unless, and it will lead us to Britney, but all of these cases for the most part, the person who's suffering, the person who has the affliction, the person who has the mental health issues, they have to choose to get help for themselves. The family members cannot actually hold them under their will or against their will and make them go get help or make them take medicine or make them, unless you're under 18. I don't know if it changes by state, and I don't know what it is in the UK, but she was basically saying, we can't force him to get help, and so we're trying our best. And that's actually quite true in a lot of situations in which things get really intense, and family members really don't have any, and friends don't really have any say, really.
Well, it's hard to, where do you draw the line?
Yeah, like, because you don't want to take away someone's rights.
There we go, an American banging on about rights. No, but it's true. You don't want to just be able to have the power to be like, right, we're going to grab you, put you in a straitjacket, put you in a padded cell because we think you might be a bit off.
Yeah.
You've got to have a, pretty strong reason to allow that. Otherwise, you're going to get so many miscarriages of justice in quite brutal ways.
And that's where, like, the Free Britney thing that's trending has come up. And I didn't know about a conservatorship before this.
Right, it was news to me as well.
Yeah.
Even though it's been going on for 12 years.
Yeah, it's insane.
So do you want to explain to people? I'll do my best to join in because I've just learned a lot about the Free Britney thing recently. But then I've looked into her dad, Jamie Spears, who's only just unleashed the rain.
Is that her dad's name?
Yep.
So her sister is Jamie Lynn.
Wanted a son, huh?
I mean, it's cool though.
Anyway, I digress. So, Caitlin, tell everyone about the Free Britney movement, because Kanye West is out there running for president and doing campaign rallies, and Britney's situation, because of mental health, is quite remarkably different and much less just. Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of speculation and people are sharing a lot, and I always feel really bad when this stuff comes up because it's like, okay, she's famous, right? But we know so the nitty gritty. We know so much about her life. It feels wrong.
It's
a lot of this stuff feels like super wrong.
It's
knowing
intrusive. It is, and we're not talking about this to glamorize. We're not. This is to show an injustice that exists.
Yeah.
That can be righted. Right?
Hopefully.
That's why we're talking about it.
Yeah. So obviously everybody knows, I think it was like in 2008 when Britney started having public meltdowns, and the famous thing where like she shaved her head in public. Apparently there were times where she like started shopping naked, barefoot into stores, kind of had a bunch of instances where like her clothes weren't fitting correctly. She was like hounded by paparazzi ruthlessly, couldn't even go into the bathroom. Paparazzi was trying to like film her every waking step, and so she had a few breakdowns, I think. And I don't know if she was institutionalized, but like she had to get help for it. And when that happened, from what I can tell, her dad stepped in, who was, I think, her manager.
Well, we should be clear about it. There was an incident where she lost.
Yeah.
Let's be clear about what that incident was. What was it? Was it quite serious? Here we go. Taking care of Britney Spears, the shocking sequence of events that led to her decade-long conservatorship. So what actually happened? So in 2008, as you said, the pop star's father was put in charge of his daughter's affairs in something called a conservatorship. Which, do you want to explain quickly what that is?
So basically with a conservatorship, I mean, you have no rights at all. You cannot do anything really without getting permission from the person who has the conservatorship over you. You can't work. You can't spend your own money. you can't go out of your house. Like, Britney Spears wouldn't have even been able to go drive her car to a Starbucks without getting permission. Just loads of different things, like the clothing that she bought, the things that she would wear, where she would go, everything had to get permission first. And it also meant she had no control over her own money, which is quite sad. And her dad had such an extensive conservatorship over her for a decade. And the problem here is not saying that when she was having her mental breakdowns that she wasn't maybe mentally capable of controlling all these things, but I think like 6 months after she was hospitalized for this and had the conservatorship put on or put over her, she released an album, started working in Vegas, started making millions every year, started going on tours and stuff. So if you're saying that, so basically the only way that anybody could get a conservatorship over someone else is because they're completely and totally incapable of taking care of themselves.
Yeah.
They're incapable of making a decision.
Right. So there are legitimate cases where that is the fact. If you're on some kind of, very heavy life support or something like that, you obviously can't make your own decisions, or, that's the only example I can think of off the top of my head, but there must be other examples as well.
Yeah, and you shouldn't be allowed,
but it's
you
not
can't
like
work.
It's not like someone who's able to work and tour and record and live a life, albeit a very limited one, because of the limits of that conservatorship, which sounds a bit like a personal dictatorship.
Well, exactly, and
except you're not in charge, someone else is, which is horrible.
Yeah,
and it looks like it was because of partly to do with some car crashes as well.
Right.
So she was in like a public meltdown kind of mode.
Yeah, but so was like Lindsay Lohan and quite a few other people.
Loads of people have been. So somehow this judge, I think it was Virginia, was it? I seem to remember
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed that deal with her father. So there's this big movement to free Britney Spears, and a lot of it is very sincere people who are worried because of the stuff she's been posting on social media as well, like those videos that are
TikTok.
Where she kind of does the same thing like 50 times in a row. She comes in, pauses, and goes out, and people think there's coded messages in there, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, so so another thing is they're putting on her on like highly what is it? Psychoactive drugs? What is it?
Or it could be psychotropic, but probably
our cat's trying
psychoactive.
To come in, and she's in.
Is our cat outside?
I just saw her a little paw.
Yeah.
It's raining out, so.
Hello, Stevie.
She's like, I'm here. I'm here to host. You here to host? Hello. You wet?
Can you give us a meow, Stevie? Off she goes. Where were we?
So part of the conservatorship is Britney. It kind of comes down to she can't really do much outside of be in her own house, without getting permission. And when she did drive to a Starbucks, I think there was like a lawsuit. Her dad got really angry with her and wanted to put her on more extensive meds. And
they put her in a psychiatric ward for like 3 months or something, didn't they?
Yeah, exactly. And
Kate's just got distracted because Stevie has jumped onto the table in front of her.
Yeah. She's like, I'm here to co-host. Get out of my spot. So people think, because she's always posted all these weird dancing videos in her house and stuff.
Yeah.
And now on TikTok, she's doing, like you said, she's repeating things, but doing like these weird twirls and then going off camera and then coming back and doing another twirl. It's like bizarre. It's not anything that like, I don't know, it doesn't seem normal when you watch the video. And the thing is that some users who are like fans of TikTok and fans of Britney started thinking that she was in trouble and needed to cry for help. And apparently in one of her videos, they wrote like, wear yellow if you're in trouble. If you're in trouble and need help. And then the next video she posted, she's wearing yellow, and she put in the caption, here I am wearing my yellow shirt. And it's doing this like, it's like infamous, doing these twirls and stuff. So people just think that she's in some trouble. Not to mention the fact that she only has 30% custody of her kids because her kids didn't get along with her dad. Yeah. So anyway, free Britney.
So free Britney. I mean, she doesn't deserve this. And apparently, one of the more horrible aspects of the whole thing, because she was so manufactured, was that her natural range was actually different than the one that they were trying to sell her as.
Deeper, like Christina Aguilera's
Yeah.
voice, but she was coming out at the same time as Christina Aguilera,
Right.
and they wanted a more baby doll type of voice, and it did work. I mean, Britney
It sold
skyrocketed.
like crazy. But in terms of Britney's vocal cords, probably not good to be constantly forced to be singing outside of your natural range, and so it's why she's done a lot of lip syncing, we think.
Oh yeah, and like she wanted to release a whole acoustic album.
She got to play one song on the radio. Anyway, we're deep in the weeds of the Free Britney movement,
Yeah.
but like the takeaway line here is Free Britney.
Free Britney.
As you can see, I mean that's the
Yeah.
hashtag, you know.
Yeah.
But in good news, her dad no longer has the conservatorship.
Because of health. He had poor health.
It's because of poor health. So it's now a lawyer. So if you ask me, that's more potential for freedom down the line because her dad
Yeah.
was like dug in and he weren't going to budge.
Right. Yeah.
So maybe there's hope for Britney.
Just yet.
I hope so. But speaking of hope, which springs eternal, like vegetables do, like plants, like herbs, trees, nuts, all things, food, which brings us to our regular segment, Caitlin's Culinary Corner. Take it away.
Caitlin's Culinary Corner. Hello. Thank you so much for having me on the show. So we have some.
No. Caitlin's Culinary Corner is your show. Well, good. Okay. All right. Never mind. Okay, fresh take. Okay, and in the room. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and take us away.
Caitlin's Culinary Corner. Yeah. So hello, and thank you for having me on the show.
Okay, cut. You have to. When you start a show, you can't be in fits of giggles.
Sorry. Okay.
Okay, you in the room? Back in the room.
Back in the room.
Back in the room. 3, 2, 1.
Caitlin's Culinary Corner. Yeah. Okay, I want to talk about crepe quesadillas. Crepedillas, if you will.
What have you got to talk about them? Tell me. I've never even heard of a crepe quesadilla. What the hell is that?
Yeah, I don't know because I actually haven't made it, but I think it'll be really good. We had crepes the other day, and the batter is just great. It's really quick to make, and we had quesadillas last night. And if you've ever had a savory crepe, especially with some cheese and maybe perhaps an egg. Well, egg doesn't really go on quesadillas, but perhaps with some cheese. I had a savory crepe the other day, and it was delicious, and it reminded me of a quesadilla, and instead of using a tortilla wrap, I really would like to try out crepe batter, but treat it as like a mushroom quesadilla. I think it could work if it's folded the right way, if it's cut up. But it did make me think of like weird types of food that like shouldn't exist but could definitely work.
They call them frankenfoods, don't they?
Yeah.
So a crepedilla is a kind of frankenfood.
It's a kind of frankenfood, but I think it would work. And if you're not on board yet, we can put some bay in it.
Hit me where it hurts.
Yeah, but I really want to try it, and it's one of those hunches. Yeah, so maybe the next time I come on this show, we already will have tried it.
Yeah, where's the snacks? Have I got any morsels? Come on.
Next time.
What kind of culinary show is this? You got to give away freebies. You got to fry some stuff, and there's a whole studio audience.
I can give away little snack tidbits.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to throw it out there because if anyone's listening, try to make your own version of some kind of frankenfood and let us know.
So, what are some other examples of frankenfoods?
Like the sushi burger.
What is that?
The ramen burger.
The ramen burger.
The ramen burger is definitely a frankenfood.
The cronut.
The cronut. I didn't like the cronut. When I was working at McGraw-Hill, like, ages ago, and, like, Dominique Ganzel, or whatever his name is, like, that bakery was kind of close to our office, and one of our coworkers went fucking early to get these cronuts and got them specially for, like, the workers, and I was given one. Firstly, it's the type of pastry where it's already soaked the bag through with grease. So
The best.
yeah, it was not. I'm not
Dripping. It was obviously
greasy sugar doesn't get me. So it was already like the bag was soaked.
slipping. Ugh.
Yeah, and then I tried it, and then it's just. Yeah.
You ever had the hot dog crust pizza? That's another one.
Oh no, that's too much. That's too savory for me. That's just...
It's a disaster.
Yeah, I mean, but then I also don't like dessert pizza.
No, but that's not a thing. The Italians would turn in their graves if they were all dead, which they're not.
It's just the Lucia. It wasn't. No, didn't Mangia have like a Nutella type of pizza? And that was in Sardinia. That was in Cagliari. But yeah, I just think it's not frankenfood, really. I think.
Why not?
Because it'll be delicious.
No, hold on. Frankenfoods doesn't mean and they're disgusting. Frankenfoods is just, you're just bolting together two different weird things that weren't together before.
Yeah.
Right?
What about places in the States where you can get like crazy, so it's not necessarily Frankenfoods, but they're Frankenstein versions of a food, like a freak shake, and it comes with like a slice of cake on it, and it, and I've seen Bloody Mary places where they go to the nines with these Bloody Marys, because typically Bloody Mary has like Tabasco, celery, sometimes olives, right?
Yeah, sometimes salt, black pepper.
Oh, and pickle, I think. So there's ones that I've seen that have a full lobster claw as well, and like crazy additions. So,
ooh, a full lobster claw.
Oh my god, I would kill that. I would love it. Well, clam pizza's kind of a Frankenfood.
Challenge. It's just a topping on pizza.
But seafood, I mean.
So that's just a topping.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, and it's delicious.
Yeah, but I think Frankenfood the level has to be higher than a bit weird. Like, it has to be like, what? Like the cheeseburger crust pizzas that they had at Pizza Hut, where they came out in little...
Yeah, not for me.
Apparently all my examples are just pizza crusts.
Yeah, that's the only thing you can think of. At least I offer some substance, yeah?
Oh, I've got one.
Ramen burger, yeah?
I've got one. What was the Burger King one with the black bun?
Oh, that was so gross.
It's like a Halloween special.
Yeah, and then you got it, and it wasn't that black. Because we bought it because we were like, we have to see what this looks like, and it was not worth it.
Wow.
The Burger King disappointed.
So, can I ask a question at this point as an executive producer on Caitlin's Culinary Corner?
No.
Hey. I own half this company, goddammit. Oh. Are there segments in the show, or is it just you throwing shade onto various things that you don't like? The cronut, now you've just been rinsing.
No, we were throwing shade on Frankenfood.
Burger King, some big names.
Because you threw shade on my crepedilla.
I didn't throw shade on it, but I'll admit I didn't put a lot of light on it either.
Yeah.
I think here's my thought on the crepedilla. Like, it doesn't go any deeper than that.
Well, I'm not even focused on quesadillas anymore, or crepedillas, or crepes, or any of that, because I'm thinking about sesame pancakes nowadays.
I like the segue. See, now this is more like it. I want more of this from Caitlin's Culinary Corner. And also, really, really interact with the audience, because Steve looks like she's fallen asleep, all right? Get her up and going. Really, here we go. Segment 2. We ready? 3, 2...
Stevie! Okay, so I really want to talk about sesame pancakes. Now, what is a sesame pancake? Well, a pancake could be a crepe, and it could be a pancake, because depending on what you're looking at...
Right, because cornbread is a pancake, isn't it?
Yes, but in this case... No. Hold on, cornbread...
Got a yes. Yeah.
But in this case...
No.
A sesame pancake is not even a pancake or a crepe.
It's bread.
It's bread. It's bread. And I had one of these nostalgic mornings when I was supposed to be working, and instead started furiously Googling about sesame pancakes, because when I lived in New York City, after a whole late night out, my friends and I, like, would be around Chinatown often, because, like, Lower East Side's not too far away, and we'd go to Vanessa's Dumplings. Now, Vanessa's Dumplings, actually, I think it originated in Brooklyn, but there's quite a few locations because they are fucking delicious and efficient. It's one of those places where it's packed constantly. You go in and there's like a utility line of people, and you kind of just are shuffled along, and they ask you very quickly what you want. It's very like in and out.
Get the job done.
And very cheap.
And so to explain to British listeners, because I've never seen this for sale in the UK, it looks really good. It kind of looks like, imagine if you got a flatbread, but it also looked a bit like sesame prawn toast.
Yeah.
So it's got that kind of thing, and then you cut along the middle, so you get these kind of like wedge-shaped, pizza-shaped things with like whatever stuffing you want of your choice. Like a sandwich, except with this sesame bread that looks delicious.
So here's
kind of reminds me of that Turkish bread, you know?
Exactly, it's similar to that. So Vanessa's Dumplings, I think a lot of times people go there to get like dim sum type of, like not dim sum, but like a gyoza type of quick stuff, but they also have the largest selection of these sesame pancakes. And so at first I was furiously looking up, I was like, what was the place I used to go to? That place was Vanessa's. But there's other places like that. So like it's not just that place, and there are places that are kind of in competition with each other. Mm-hmm. But this particular place, Vanessa's, had all these different fillings for it, and I was like, well, what is this pancake? Like, can I get the recipe and whatnot? And I had to dig deep into like forums, and someone actually said that eventually Vanessa's put in Chinese the name of their sesame pancake in Chinese instead of in English. The characters. And they were like, it's actually closest, it's a version of this bread, and actually the recipe is Chinese Muslim bread.
Right, so that kind of Western China.
Yeah, Western China. And they're like, this is the closest thing. And actually, it's like similar to the Chinese scallion pancake, which is a pancake, but this is more of a bread, and it's a scallion bread with sesame seeds on top. And it looks like what they do is they create a version of that. It's not necessarily the same thing, and then they cut it in the middle, like you said. And I think the traditional things that the vegetable one is like coriander, carrot, and cucumber cut up. And then I think the dip is that kind of gingery wonton dip that we made, where it's like soy sauce, ginger, garlic, and oyster sauce.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Is it the mix of that? And I think it's something like that. And I just remember always getting the ham and egg one. And I think it still came with all like the cucumber, the carrot.
And like what kind of sauce do they throw on that bad boy?
Well, this is what I said. That gyoza type of sauce.
Right.
I think we're gonna have to look it up because I didn't get a recipe.
They do a spread on any of the bread? Is there anything on that?
I don't remember. I was always really drunk when I went. And they would do it like really fast. So it would be like and it was the most delicious thing like ever. And I don't know if they use soy sauce. I don't know. I have to look it up because this was like,
I mean, this is the experiment.
Yes,
isn't it?
Yeah.
So on our next edition.
Yeah, in our next edition we'll have it, and we'll tell you, even if I got remotely close to the recipe, because this was me on a forum trying to find someone who could identify what it is. So I don't even know if I'll get even remotely similar to that beautiful experience you get at Vanessa's. However, to find something similar is a cool project to embark on.
What would you think if you mixed it all together, you put it on a tray, you baked it, let's say half an hour, however long it takes, whatever, and it came out spelling the words Free Britney?
Well, if it said Free Britney, I feel like I'm going to have to go donate to the cause.
Really? Is there like an Indiegogo? Is it GoFundMe?
I don't know. But yeah, hopefully it'll be delicious. I don't know why. I don't know. I can't pinpoint if
where
I smell...
the desire came from.
Yeah, because I hadn't thought about that in that type of memory. It made me miss my friends quite a bit, but I can't... It's such a specific Like,
Yeah,
at the
smells
very
are
end...
like that. They take you...
Yeah, but it wasn't a smell. That's what I'm trying to say. So I don't know if it was a noise that I heard. I have no idea.
Something triggered some memory in you, but some sense memory. Could you taste it and smell it?
I could taste it immediately when I thought of it.
Right.
But I think perhaps I was listening to music. And if something might have come up where it brought me back to the years in which, like, we'd all go out to, like... Mario's DJ set or like out to see a show.
Shout out Mario.
Shout out Mario. Mario B. But I don't know, so it brought me right back and it made me realize like, oh shit, I haven't been to Vanessa's in a minute, and now having a little bit of gluten. I think maybe that allowed I'm starting to allow glutinous memories to kind of come in.
The dam has been
unlocked.
Unbricked.
Yeah, exactly.
Well.
Exactly.
We shall find out. Collagen peptides still doing the damn thing.
Still doing the damn thing.
If you have any skin problems, there's a link in the show notes. Click it. It's that collagen. It's the kind that works every time for Caitlin.
Yeah, and I don't know why. I don't even switch brands because like it's not the biggest container. So like realistically, I should be getting because you said you like get like a massive one and then keep putting it.
That's the way my mind works. So I'm like, if you like something, I'm like, well then buy 15 kilograms of it.
Yeah.
And then slowly siphon it off.
I did that with Coleman's mustard recently and I got in trouble.
We have the biggest jug. It's like what? 10 litres, 15 litres, maybe not 15.
It will all be eaten.
Yeah. The mustard spoon.
The mustard spoon.
Welcome to the mustard spoon.
Whoa.
Dinner for two.
But I came for the mayonnaise.
You came for the mayonnaise? In the shop section. Come round to the shop section. Welcome to the mustard shop section. What can I get for you?
I came for the mayonnaise.
Can you put your mask on, please?
No.
Security mustard section. Sorry, my lady. No mustard for you today.
Damn.
Cut 2. Rob at home. Mustard. How much mustard do you think you could eat on a spoon and be cool? Full teaspoon?
Well, we're talking about the Coleman's mustard.
Coleman's. Hot.
A full teaspoon, but...
Heaped?
No.
You think you could do a full teaspoon?
Okay, here's the thing. We started out friends, but...
How dare you?
The thing is that, yeah, like, I don't really want to sit and just eat mustard.
That's not the direction Caitlin's culinary corner's going in.
But, like, if you gave me a chunk of kielbasa, sweet Polish meat, and then I could take a big dollop and then eat it that way.
Okay, I thought this was a family-friendly show. Don't talk about big meat and dollops, okay?
I won't take it to the face!
Next segment. The advertisers are losing their minds.
Okay, fine. I want to talk about COVID restaurant etiquette.
Wait, for this segment, can we get like a drum roll before you say it? So pretend you didn't say that.
Okay. Okay, for my next segment, I would like to talk about COVID restaurant etiquette. Now, every country's different.
What on earth do you mean?
Yeah, every country's different, but I do know that restaurants, they've been opening, son. Lots of restaurants, most restaurants actually in the UK now are all open.
Pretty much. There's still a few in Central that aren't. Yeah. There's still a few that are takeout only, like the Brixton KFC. I noticed they had signs up.
Right.
They're like, you know what? Takeout only.
And like Eastbourne, there was still a seafood restaurant that's not open yet. But like for the most part, if you go to somewhere, you will find a restaurant where you will be served for sit-in dining.
Dining service.
And so it's interesting when you finally do go to a restaurant. We've been to a couple at this point. Not every night, calm down, but like we've been to a couple, and
been a few times,
and every place is different.
Yep.
Some places, waiters and wait staff are not wearing masks, and for their own damn safety.
Yeah, and
I don't understand that.
I don't either. I'm pretty sure that's also illegal, but maybe they're doing mask chicken as well. But with food prep, that's really not a risk I want people to be taking.
No, and other restaurants, so we went to a restaurant and like bless them, they were like really young wait staff and They all had masks, and everybody was seated really far apart from each other, which was great.
Was that the one where it was like in a ye olde pub?
No.
But you know that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this was the one where they started doing these tracing things. So you sign a paper,
right, and
everyone, they bring you the hand sanitizer and stuff, and for the most part, it's been fine, really.
Yeah. I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you... What did it say on the paper in the ye olde pub when we were very tipsy, laughing our butts off? What was the game? Tell them what the game was they came up with, and what did we write?
So the game was that, and by the way, we were not seated by anybody. Everyone was very good, and we wouldn't go to any place where we actually were like crammed in. We were like in our own little spot that had its own these clear walls up and lots of hand sanitizer and masks when we weren't. So it felt safer than just going to a free-for-all. It was not like that. So please don't get that impression that just because we were tipsy doesn't mean we were.
No.
But we were playing this game where we had a piece of paper, and you have to write so that the other person sitting across from you, and you have to write a sentence but upside down. So you have to write it right side up for that person to be able to read it. It is so hard to write upside down and also left instead of right. Yeah, because you have to write upside down and go left. So it's as if it was how you read Hebrew.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Going from right to left instead of from left to right. And the other person has to tell you the phrase to write. So it's funny because you're getting them to write these ridiculous things. I can't remember what other example was, but there was one where I was trying to get you to... There were like 3 S's in it. And like you did the first S, and I was like, okay, next S, try a different technique. And you carried on with the word. And then you came to next S, you paused, and you're like, new technique. And then you just did it the same as the first S.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, last S, make sure, new technique.
Yeah.
Same again, into the last S. You could see your mind was like, but also S is like this.
Yeah.
And so you were fighting with those two halves of your mind. Yeah, but it's reversed. Yeah, but also it's like this. And you did it the same.
Yeah,
and so funny.
It looks like a child learning how to write.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
And sometimes you nail it, and you're like, yes, I wrote it. Some letters are easy. H's are easy.
Yeah.
Keep it capital.
But P is hard.
P is hard.
P became B a lot.
Yeah, what was it? There was one with the B.
The potato.
No, there was one with the B.
Oh, I don't remember.
You know what? I took a picture of it. I think it's in my favourites as well. Oh, yeah. Whipped cream, but with a B instead of a D.
Whipped
cream.
But the thing that was really fun, and it was really nice to actually be able to go out. I think the thing about COVID...
But you didn't say the punchline.
What's the punchline?
Of the upside down writing.
Well, then you say the punchline.
Okay. We'll both take turns saying the punchline, and I'll pick whichever was funniest in the end.
Okay.
So the one of these you've just done P and then S and then S, and that second S you've nailed it because clearly it annoyed you that you hadn't got it before. And then underneath someone has written, this time the S has gone back, my first birthday was as a potato. And the P is back to front for potato.
It was really good. I promise you, please.
Okay, your turn to tell it.
I don't want to tell it.
Okay, just say my first birthday was that.
My first birthday was as a potato.
But carry on.
Great. But my point is, with COVID restaurant etiquette, I think the etiquette is you listen to your servers. And, we had really, really relaxed people. We've had really, really non-relaxed people. And the worst thing about it is, if they need you to sign something, you sign something. If they want you to move further away, you move further away. If they don't want to accept your booking, you don't complain.
Yeah.
But
if they want to slap you around a little bit, tough shit.
But what's it called? There was this. I think it was like an older guy with his really older mom, and they went to a restaurant, and he refused to sign where they had been.
That's right.
And he said that infringed upon his rights.
That's right.
And they got up. Yeah, they got up and left.
And they booked a table.
Yeah, they booked a table, and they refused to sign where they'd been for this COVID log. I think that the COVID log's good.
Yeah, of course, it's track and trace, isn't it? It keeps. A lot of places don't do it as well. You know, in the busier places, you don't really see it as much. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I thought that was pretty wild. I was like, they just got up and left, and it's like, well, maybe you shouldn't be eating out in the first place. I don't know. But...
I don't know. It's not. I mean, it's still fun eating out. But it's not as good as it was pre-COVID.
No, it's like, it's nice to be able to have an experience outside of the house. And it's nice to see the country opening up a bit, and people want to get out. They want to be able to walk around and have that type of experience. But you could tell people are staying away from each other. So for the most part, people are taking it seriously.
Yeah.
While just still being able to go out and stuff.
And, there's still protests where, obviously we saw one today, but you can't have socially distanced protests. That just doesn't work.
No.
So there'll still be gatherings like that. And then, I don't know if you saw this, but there was a rave, I think it was outside of Bath or Bristol, which I know are very different cities, but it was one of the B ones, I think.
That's how my mind works too. It's one of those.
But the B ones.
Birmingham, just throw that one.
It wasn't Birmingham. But there were thousands. I think they said 3,000.
I bet you it's Bristol. Who in Bath is going to be fucking raving up a storm?
But maybe that's the trick. And I think one of the things was that people, maybe what I'm getting confused is that people had travelled from as far as Bristol to be there, or something like that.
Yeah.
Right? Because people are just desperate for...
Yeah, but rave? I get going to a restaurant where there's only a few couples, everything's sanitized, you're keeping, jobs open. A rave, what are you doing?
What?
Bumping and grinding.
Bumping and grinding, yeah.
Taking that mallet. What are you doing? You know what I mean? I get it. We all want those things to, open up again, but, that's the type of touching you really can't be doing with loads of strangers.
No, not for now. Not for now.
I want it to come back just as much as everyone else. You want people to be around people, just to be able to connect with people and give someone a hug and stuff. And
yeah, it was like when we bumped into that guy who sold us the olive tree, and it was we started just chatting with him. Yeah, he obviously had a good sense of humour, so we just chatting with him. And at one point you were saying to him, this was pre-COVID. You were telling a story, and it's made me feel like we were living in a fucking dystopian adventure. It's before in the free times where we could do the things.
We could do this and that.
Okay then.
Yes?
What are you about to do?
I'm getting the original co-host, because she has to do her damn duties instead of sleeping. Oh, you little cutie. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So Stevie, it's the culinary corner. What do you have to say? She has to talk about fish.
That's right.
So the reason why she sounds like that is she's more bark than bite. And we have this suitcase in our house that she uses as a little bed, and she sleeps basically 22 hours of the day on it. And so I picked her up while she was kind of sleeping. She just likes, it's funny, she likes to be held, but she doesn't like to be picked up.
She doesn't like the change from one state to another, but once you have her,
if you actually have her and
if
you're holding her, she actually doesn't mind it. She just doesn't like going from point A to point B.
So I can see you're looking back to the docket. Is there another item on Caitlin's Culinary Corner?
Yeah, I want to talk about okay, so how saying bless you for sneezing has fallen out of favor with a lot of people, because it's when you sneeze, you're not, there's no demons in you. That's where bless you came from. People thought that there was some kind of demon within you.
It's not fallen out of favor.
People say, they don't say bless you as much, let's just say that.
They say Gesundheit?
Or they don't say anything, if you've noticed.
Anything?
Yeah, they treat it like a cough and stuff.
No, when someone coughs, you're meant to say Gesundheit.
No.
Yeah.
When
Is
someone coughs, you're
Gesundheit
meant to
for
say
sneeze?
COVID.
COVID.
COVID. So we have these things that, like, you know, over time they change. And one of the things I wanted to talk about, which has to do with food, is germs. I wanted to talk about the 5-second rule.
It's
a 10-second rule, 5-second rule.
I'm calling dibs on it being dead. I think it died circa December 2019.
But did it? Because, like, literally the other day an olive fell on the floor and I picked it up, rinsed it off. Yeah.
You got COVID. Well done.
No, I don't.
Now you got COVID. Well done. You happy?
No, but like...
What's your plan? I'll get COVID.
But you know, 5-second rule.
It's gone. It's gone. You know what it is now? It's every man for themselves. Carry a hatchet at all times.
And then also I wanted to talk about, like sell-by dates.
Yeah.
Because people still are pretty okay with buying things, like, the reason why things go on discount is because they're expiring that day.
Yeah.
Loads of people line up to get that stuff. But at the same time, people will buy expired things depending on what they are. So, for instance, by accident, we bought an expired kielbasa that we just ate. And we were fine. We're not going to drop dead. Knock on wood. Thank you. But, like, we're fine. It's a preserved meat. Sweet Polish meat.
Okay. I think, again, this is maybe the third time in Caitlin's Culinary Corner that you've said sweet Polish meat. Would you like to explain the allegations in this Me Too era against you?
Oh, it was sweet. I think kielbasa came from Poland, and it was a meat product.
Stevie, did Caitlin treat you in a way that was not respectful of your personal sovereignty?
She has no hashtag Me Too, because
Caitlin?
she Me Too's us all the time.
Caitlin, the time for you to talk has passed. It's Stevie's turn now, okay? Stevie, you're cleaning herself, so she'll be right back. No rush.
You gonna cancel me? I don't come back to Culinary Corner?
I'm not the one doing the cancelling. I'll just be waving a little flag going, cancel. Sorry, carry on.
No, that's it. I was thinking, like, so for instance...
Ooh, I like the snappy, what should we call them? Sliders. Like the sliders at the end of Culinary Corner. Or the quick bites. Caitlin's quick bites.
Okay, quick bites. One of my favourite parts of Secession was when they went into a house and there was a dead raccoon in the chimney, and Logan Roy goes, "Fuck it, we're getting pizza!" And it made me think, everybody just, like, cures a bad day and something going wrong with getting pizza. I met a person who, like, won't, cure a dinner gone wrong.
Yeah, well, I mean, if this sesame bread thing goes...
Then we're going to fuck it and get a pizza, exactly. So that's all I have to say for now is, fuck it, we're getting a pizza. Thanks for having me. Good night.
Oh, it's quite a punk rock ending, Caitlin's Culinary Corner. And can we have the outro jingle as well? 3, 2...
Corner Culinary Caitlin. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, thank you very much. That was fantastic. That was I'm just checking. That was 3.5 hours. No, very good, very good. I think we've discussed basically everything I want to discuss this week as well. So I think we'll bring it to a close there. Got anything to say about plumbers, Caitlin, before we go? Anything at all?
They got a crack.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Like, even when you were doing the plumbing, you had a plumber's crack. I think it's just the angle.
Is it just...
It's just, like, a bad angle.
That's that job. It's like, you're gonna... What are you doing peering? Trying to throw some money down there.
Because, like, you get into this, like, weird kind of snake-like twist.
A snake, am I?
And... I don't know, man. And then you started talking to the pipes.
Yeah, yelling at the pipes.
Yelling.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yelling. I don't know if you've ever heard Rob yell.
I never yell. I only yell. Well, look, this has been an excellent episode. I'll snip it down to about 12 minutes and... It'll be the tiniest 12 minutes of entertainment you've heard in 2020. Is there anything you'd like to say to the people as we sign off, Caitlin?
Y2K.
Y2K, baby. Stay real.
All day, baby.
Keep it real. Keep it special, keep it bliss. Stevie, got anything to add? Okay, she's falling asleep. I don't know a cat who looks so much like they're nodding off from...
Nothing.
I was going to go with heroin, but... Don't do heroin, kids! Any drugs you'd like to tell people not to do? Just quickly, we can sign out with...
Crocodile. Don't do crocodile.
Don't do crocodile.
Don't do tobacco.
What are you to tell these people how to live their... I'm sorry, I thought Americans cared about giving up their rights. Now you're telling people not to do tobacco?
Don't do sugar. Don't do methamphetamine. And do...
Okay. And on that bombshell. May you stay forever young, people out there. Right, we got it. Thank you for listening to the show. This has been The Bliss of the Abyss with your host, me, Robin Emma Jones, Ruskin Denmark, whatever you want to call me. If you've enjoyed the show, please consider supporting it by becoming a patron. Go to patreon.com/The Bliss of the Abyss and give whatever you can. It really, really helps support the show and keeps it growing and becoming better and bigger and brighter. Follow us on all the social medias, follow me on all the social medias, and give us 5 stars. It helps grow the show. Keep coming back every week for more Bliss of the Abyss.
Message 1. Payno's with me. She's calling to see if maybe you're in now, but I guess not, so I guess I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a good night. Talk to you then. Bye.